Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening podcast, and today is an episode number 54. In today's episode, we are going to discuss about 11 things that you will learn on this Twin Flame journey and what your twin is trying to teach you or show you and how your life is going to be afterwards. As many of you know, when we first come across with our twin flame, we feel this unconditional love. We feel something we never felt before, and we think and we feel that we have found love of our life, which in a sense is true, because you found yourself. You found who you are from your soul essence. And that's why you had this energy. The energy that we can call it love, although I would say it's more than a love. Those who've been on this journey, they know what I mean under this energy. This energy is so intense and so beautiful that it takes you out of time and space, that you're no longer aware what is reality and what is not a reality. So in today's episode, we are going to discuss about 11 things that will change while you are on this twin flame journey and what it's trying to tell you. So I will start with the first one, that is the hardest. Twin flames are not a love story. Twin flames is a journey. As many of you know, I'm actually not a big fan of the term of twin flames because it makes us to believe or see that it is two different individuals that need to love each other. So already you could hear in this sentence there were many wrong things. First of all, there are no two individuals, and there is no need to love each other. What I mean under this is that you are actually the same soul. You are just in a different bodies. We have our body, and we have also our ego with that, which is the mind, and that's persona that we're trying to create, what we believe who we are. Then it's our soul. So we have three different elements in that terms, who we are actually. So when it comes to the twin flames, we twin flames are the same soul. We share the same energy, same awareness. It doesn't mean that we are the same person and an ego-based. These two things are very different. Soul and ego, very different things. And how to explain this is that sometimes we make decisions in our life based on our ego. And meanwhile, our soul is telling, just do this, do that, go there, be this. And you're like, no, I have been doing this, and this is who I am, and this is how I like, and this is what I need to do. Need and want are two very ego words. Again, I'm not against our ego. But the problem is when our ego takes over, we no longer hear who we are. And when we run for a very long time in our ego, it's going to catch us up one point. So which means we can fall into depression, we can fall into this world where we feel like nothing is working out for me, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I don't know how to be. And that's the time where we're realizing you need to go and become who you're supposed to be. Is it going to be easy? No, but it's going to be worth it. Because if you're your true, authentic self, magic will start to happen. So now going back to the fact that twin flames are not a love story. It is a journey. Another day I had a call with a beautiful soul of mine. And she made me actually to record this episode today for the fact that when she was explaining me her story is in the sense of private because she has a life and everything, but I just bring in the example. She was quite young when she met her twin flame. And let's say in her 20s. And she was very young, there was a lot of this energy, passion, all of that. And then during this time, what happened was that They were supposed to be together, but she couldn't explain herself and her feelings the way they were supposed to. So their lives fell apart in that terms, that she got married to someone else, she had a different life, she experienced something, and same is that her twin. So they were about apart from each other good 30 years, I would say. Yes, good 30 years. So now they are in their 50s. And when she came on a call and she said that all I want to say to explain him why I didn't tell him that I love him, why I didn't open my mouth, why did I push him away. So many of you who are listening to today's episode and feel like their twin flame is not loving them, or the twin flame is not caring about them, you have to understand that there is a process involved. And there are lessons we're going to learn. But if he or she is your true twin flame, they are coming back to you sooner or later, or they will realize, wow, what did I just do? And it takes us time. So even though we can believe and manipulate ourselves that my twin flame doesn't love me, my twin flame has no feelings towards me, my twin flame didn't feel that magic, I just want to say that stop doing that. Go within and get the answers inside of you. If you have come across with your true twin flame, they will always love you the same way you are loving your twin flame. Is it going to be happening exactly on a 3D? Hard to say, because it depends when a person is able to finally take off the guard, the ego. Because twin flames is about your spiritual awakening. And we all have that little voice inside of us that keeps on telling to us who we are, what we're supposed to do, how we're going to evolve as a soul. But sometimes what do? We listen to our ego. We go on our ego self that is trying to protect us, that is trying to hold us in that box, what we think who we are, and we're not able to do something else. And so we have to think of the twin flame the same way, who is away from you right now, that they know that there was something. But now are they willing to accept it? I'm just going to bring also my own life experience inside over here. As many of you know, I am on a twin flame journey, and my twin flame taught me a lot about myself. And also this is the reason I'm making this episode, to help you to realize what you're going to learn on this journey and why you need to learn these lessons. But as many of you also know, I'm married to my soulmate, and I have chosen to be with my soulmate. But does that mean that I don't love my twin flame? No. These two things are very different. The love for your soulmate and the love for your twin flame is very different. Very two different things. If it happens that your twin flame is going to be your partner in this lifetime in 3D, that's great. That's absolutely wonderful. But it will not happen if you are focusing on them, that they need to do this, they need to be this, they need to say this, they need to come back to me, they need to. It will not happen, because it's the need and the want of reality. You have to already know that you are in a union. The moment you know that you are in a union, again, the magic will start to happen. Whether it's going to manifest in 3D, whether it's going to be in 5D. I know that hearing the fact that there is a chance that it's not going to happen in 5D is hard. It's totally hard. But I'm just going to also tell you something. You're going to learn and gain so much from this beautiful journey that eventually being with your twin flame or not being with your twin flame is not so much of a question no longer. Because you're going to find your true self. Your twin flame is going to mirror you. Your twin flame literally tells you who you are. Listen to them. Listen what your twin flame told you when you first met, or what your twin flame is trying to show you. And then start doing what your twin flame has been asking you to do. Or things that you made, like for example, your twin flame was with you and you, I bring a stupid example again, but let's say you were cooking something and your twin flame says, wow, you are so talented of making such a simple food so delicious. So this is already a hint for you to realize, oh wow, I'm good at this. I should be doing that, if you don't know who you're supposed to be. Or when your twin flame tells you, you are going to, you know that you can do this and this and this, and you don't believe any of that. Your twin flame is your guide. And you are lucky that it happened to be in a 3D. I mean, of course, it's very difficult. Now let's say, what if your twin flame hasn't been in touch with you for months or for years, and how your twin flame is going to, like, in real, guiding you or telling you. I had another day, there was an interesting topic I wanted to discuss on, but then I thought the person is not ready for it, so I didn't say anything, but now I'm saying it. When we have this feeling that it's not happening in a real life, I've been doing all the work, I've been meditating, I've been lifting my spiritual powers, I am connected with myself, I'm doing everything, but it's not happening in a 3D. Then again, I want to say that in a sense you haven't done the work, and that hurts. When it's not happening in a 3D, it's because you are still expecting this to happen in the future. You don't believe that it's already here and it's already actually happening. There was some Disney movie quote I saw another day, and it was interesting that, you know, when we've been waiting for something very long, let's say you waited for your promotion of the work, or you were waiting for, you know, you were waiting to meet your twin flame or something, and then it all of a sudden happens. But the feeling and the moment is not exactly how you were imagining or wanted this to happen. It's all completely different. Why is that? Because you already have everything. You already have the union. You already have it. If you believe that you are in the union with your twin flame, you have a life, like you're doing things together, then you already have it right now, right here, not in the future. And saying things that, oh, I'm doing everything, but nothing is happening, then this is a sign that, no, yes, you can do everything, but you don't trust. You have no trust on universe. You have no trust on twin flame. You have no trust that is actually a real thing. And everything comes down to the trust and belief. If you believe, it will happen. But as long as you have this, that it hasn't happened today, that means it's not real, it will not be real. So twin flames, this journey is going to come and teach you a lot about, in the sense of everything, of who you are, manifestation, connecting with the universe, connecting with your spirit guides, connecting with the source, and also learning to let go. So the next thing, what I want to tell you, that what you're going to learn on this journey is divine timing and trust. So I already explained this. Those of you who have had calls with me and they always wonder, oh, is it my twin flame or not my twin flame? I have a doubt here and there. And before, in the beginning, I used to tell, because I can see it from the energy chart and things that are happening when we are having a call. And then I shifted this. I realized that people still have a doubt whether I tell them or not, because they haven't gone into the journey itself, into the energy itself. And the only way we're going to build a trust with the universe and within ourselves is to experiencing. It's the same thing. If a person hasn't experienced twin flame connection, we can't explain it to them. It's the same thing like I mentioned before, that I am married to my soulmate, and I came across with my twin flame. I didn't plan any of that. Did that shake my world? Totally. It totally did. It made me question about everything, such as the love towards my husband, the love towards myself, the love towards my twin flame, the love towards everything. It made me to question so many things that I thought is not real. Today I see this as a gift. I will tell it at the end of the podcast, what do I mean under the gift, and bring you the perspective from my side. And I have this enormous trust that I'm here to serve, and I'm here to do, and I'm here to receive this love that my twin flame ignited inside of me. Without meeting my twin flame, I don't think I'd be here right now and feeling this love and spreading this love and giving this love. So this love is so powerful and beautiful. I also want to say another thing. It doesn't mean that you can't have your twin flame in a 3D life. Yes, you can have your twin flame in your 3D life. Absolutely. If you wish for it, if you have visions for it, if you have this strong knowing, it is going to happen. But it's going to happen in divine timing. And this divine timing can be 20 years from today. So now it's your choice. And this is another thing you're going to learn, is the free will. You have to understand that things will not happen when the time is not right. It will happen exactly on this day and time when things fall into the place. You can push as hard as you want. You can try as hard as you want. If it's not ready, it's not ready. So you need to allow your twin flame to process. And that brings us back to the beginning of the story, where a woman, she met her twin flame in her 20s. They had the most beautiful time together. Everything was perfect. And then she shut herself down, didn't say anything, left, and pretty much left him, the other part, like in a complete confusion. And back then there were no cell phones or things to call each other. And now about 30 years has passed. And she just has all these feelings. She wants to explain everything that actually happened and everything that was inside of her. So it's not that your twin flame, when it's your true twin flame, I'm not talking of some other, let's say, soul we need to meet in this lifetime. I'm talking of a true twin flame who share the same awareness, because if it's your true twin flame, you will always remember them. You'll always have this love, and you'll always grow and feel the connection. Twin flame is like, in a sense, like your spirit guides. If you want to have some answers, if you want to know what you should do next, you're going to ask your twin flame. Either you do it telepathically, or if you have a 3D life, you can do the same thing. We try to romanticize this story a lot, because I know why. I know I've been there. This love is so deep. It's something that you feel like you can't live without, you can't breathe without. It has given you something so profound that is like, it's so powerful. That's why also we run from this connection, because it's so powerful to adjust. It's not like a regular relationship, let's say like a soulmate. Soulmates are perfect for us. They are perfect for us to feel the love, live the love, like be together and support one another. But twin flames, they're another level, because it's you. It's all of a sudden you arrived home. You start loving who you are. You start being who you're supposed to be. You start doing what you're supposed to. And you have so much love inside of you that no like fear or anger or anything can keep you back. And you have to do what your twin flame is asking you to do. The same way like you're seeing them. You're seeing them the most perfect, most beautiful. You see all their talents, you see all of it, and you're telling them this, but they don't listen to you because they're scared too. You are a perfect mirror. You help each other. And it's not always a romantic story. And why I'm saying this is, when you detach of an idea that it has to be a relationship like this and this and this, and again, the magic will start to happen. We need to allow this relationship or this connection, it's not a relationship, this connection to be in its free form. Whatever is coming, whatever's going to happen, you're going to be in this moment with your twin flame. If it happens as romantically that you get to be as a couple, absolutely wonderful. But that's not the main source from it. It's not the main idea. The main idea when we met our twin flame was the fact that universe has been seeing a couple of things. Universe, God, whatever you want to call it. Number one, you've been giving and giving and giving, and you don't know how to receive. So the universe has been in a sense of worried about you, that how long you're going to give, how long you're going to worry about others, how long you're going to keep on doing for others but not for yourself. The second thing is the universe sees that why you don't see how amazing you are, why you don't see the talents, the things that I've been giving to I gave you, why you're suppressing them, why you're hiding behind the ego. Now it's time to start. And then of course the spiritual awakening in that terms that you're going to connect with the universe and you realize, wow, I'm much more than just this person who gets up, does the routine things and then goes back to bed, and in between is always wondering if there's anything more in this life. Can I feel more? Can I see more? Can I be more? And then we come across with our twin flame who ignites all of these energies. And again, I'm going to repeat the same thing. You can have your twin flame in a 3D life if that comes with a free will from the both sides. But again, you need to be ready that everything happens in a divine timing and trust in it. What you have to do during this process is to become your higher self. On our group call on Sunday, which you can listen on Patreon once it's up there, we had a very deep conversations, and instead of 2 hours, we did 4 hours call eventually. And many of us had a chance to share what did they learn from the last year, what did they discover about themselves, what did the twin flames, how did twin flame connection change their life. And obviously it made me extremely emotional. You can watch this and see me crying over there like a baby. And I will read the same thing at the end of the podcast because I know that many of you cannot join the group calls because you're working or you are in Australia, New Zealand, that your time is not fitting with us. And I cry there like a baby just because of the gratitude. And so that's the next thing that Twin Flames will teach you is the gratitude. Gratitude for life. Gratitude of who you are. Gratitude for this love, this beautiful love, this deep, intense. It's so beautiful love. It's like very different than you ever experienced it before. You feel all of a sudden alive. You feel like you are who you're supposed to be. And that's exactly a drug for you to be who you're supposed to be. That's why you are starting to look for your twin flame when they run away, because you feel like they are making you who you're supposed to be. But that's not true. You are already who you are. It's all of this is inside of you. Everything is inside of you. You don't need exactly a 3D person next to you to feel that. They showed you who you are. And of course, being with them and sharing things is magical. And I really wish for every one of you to be together with your twin flame, if that's your wish. So make sure you are careful of what you're wishing for. Because we are coming to the end of the year, so make sure that whatever you're going to wish for is something that you really, really want. So your twin flame is you. So which means you had a chance to meet yourself in another body. They run away, they don't talk to you, or they are distant with you, but you have everything inside of you. You have to go inside. and being extremely thankful for this experience. I also noticed that the more we are thankful for our twin flame, the more we are thankful for the universe, to the guides, and everything that is around us, the more magic starts to happen. But you really need to drop down off an idea that, oh, this is a disaster, this is happening to me, why am I feeling this way? I want this way, and if it's not this way, then it's not the way I want it. Well, how about you allow the life to happen and you take it as it is? That's also part of the spiritual awakening. We are living in a lot in a world where it's my way or no way, and I want this way, and you have to be like this, and you have to love me this way, and you have to show me the love this way. No. In a sense, I would like to say you're not a 3-year-old. You are who you are, and trust that I deserve the highest love because I am the love. I am my highest best, like in my highest good. So if you love me the way I am, then it's absolutely wonderful. But it's not the way I want you to love me. If you see me as love, then you're more than welcome. Of course, I've noticed it's harder for men. I've noticed it's much harder for men than for women. And many reasons, maybe. I think men are more like biologically and physically built differently. So for them, it's the hunting, taking care, and all of this. So obviously, when it's not happening, it feels like the other person is not caring about you whatsoever. Another day I had a call also where there was, and I'm just going to bring a couple of things in it. You know, many of us, when we've been in a relationship or in a marriage relationship and whatever, let's say even just a short fling or something, most of us, at least, like what we do is when we break up, we jump into a next relationship. And we don't give ourselves time to heal. Because again, we feel like this other person makes me feel this, so I need to have this. It gives me this and it gives me that. I would like to say that take a time to heal. And so when your twin flame is also being in a marriage or divorce or whatever happened, give them a time to heal. Make sure you are there for them. Make sure you connect with them, and both telepathically and in the real life if you can. But we tend to degrade the connection with through telepathy, like that is not real. And I just want to say that this is more real than anything else. As then you speak to the soul, then you're connected with the soul, and you're sending the energy from the real source. I don't know if you put yourself in a situation, how many times you've been in a situation, for example, let's say you're together with your twin flame, or you're together with a soulmate, whoever you are with, and you want to really tell them that, your presence here right now makes me feel like so beautiful. And then you get scared and you don't say anything. Yeah? But our soul is not getting scared, actually. So when you communicate through telepathy and you connecting, you'll have the real answers, what you're looking for. That's also a channeling that really, really helps. So meditation, do not neglect our meditation. But those who are not used to it, meditation, when you have a lot of fear, a lot of pain, a lot of insecurities inside of you, doing a meditation is really hard because you're going to face them. You're going to sit with them, and it's not fun. But step by step, it gets better. Channeling, you can book a call with me if you wish me to do the channeling, but you can do your channeling all by yourself exactly the same way. It requires more of spiritual connection in that terms that you need to have your meditation done regularly. You need to have spiritual practices that help you to connect with your soul, because you need to connect with your soul, otherwise it will not happen, because everything is energy. And so there you get the real answers. So please do not degrade the fact that telepathy is not real, and only what you hear in the 3D life is real. Again, today's example with this woman who I had a call with is so true. She was madly in love with her twin flame, and she left. Being madly in love with the twin flame, she left her twin flame. And definitely, like she said, she broke his heart completely. And now 30 years later, she still has him in his mind and still brings the emotions. So she wants to now say, why did she do like this? What happened inside of her? So if you love your twin flame, if you are connected, then connect through if you cannot connect in 3D, connect with your twin flame through telepathy. And also, I have a video made where you can do this. I'm trying to put out on my Patreon love meditation, which means you're going to connect deeply with your love energy with your twin flame. And I will make another guided session for channeling and where you can do telepathy. So those who are on the Patreon, you should have them by holiday time, so you can try it out, see if that works with your own eyes, because I know until we haven't tried things, everything sounds like, ooh, that's not real. I'm totally on the same page. I didn't believe any of these things somehow what I'm talking today. All of these things were for me like, another great story. Yeah, where's the proof? I don't know. It doesn't seem real. Today, I just simply cannot say how many things have fallen into place, or I've got messages, and it's all thanks to my twin flame. And so that's why, again, I'm going to say twin flame love is very different, and it's something we cannot explain for those who haven't been on this journey. It can sound for someone, I know that for some people sometimes they say like, oh, but you're married, how can you love your twin flame? And does your husband know about it, for example? When I was in the really beginning of the journey, I told my husband that I have fallen in love with someone else. Did he take it lightly? And I said to him, yes, I've been in love with someone else. And he didn't really, I think, understand on that moment, because again, I want to say, I dearly love my husband. He's my best friend. He's my soulmate. And soulmate and twin flame loves are two different things. You can't put them in the same box. So you have to understand, are you on a soulmate journey or are you in a twin flame journey? These are very two different things. And when all of this happened, obviously I said, and in a sense he knows, but I never cheated. I never went over the board in that terms. I was more of looking for answers. Why did that happen to me? So that's why also today's episode is in that manner, that why did that happen to me? Why on earth I fell in love with a man who is younger than me, who I met only few times, like actually really briefly, but that connection happened instantly, that I thought I got sick on that moment. I thought something happened to me. And why did that destroy me so badly? These were all my answers, because logically, I should have never fallen in love with him. I had no, again, I want to say, for my own ego personality, I am a super friendly person. I talk to everybody. I'm very easygoing, but then I always leave alone. Like either I live with my husband or I go home alone. I would never flirt with someone in order to think, oh, maybe he likes me or something like this. This is not me. I am very friendly, but I don't have this, that my friendliness doesn't have this, oh, maybe this person will like me or love me or something like this. And with my twin flame, it happened exactly that. I couldn't control it. I couldn't control anything no longer. And that brings us to the next sign, or the thing that you will experience on this journey, is that you cannot control anymore. You feel how weak you are when it comes to control. And I try to control not to love my twin flame, in the sense that think like, this is gonna go away, this is gonna stop, it's gonna be over, it's finished. Did not happen. I tried to control my life in the sense that I'm not going to feel these emotions. I'm not going to go through all of that. Well, the more I was controlling, the more it was killing me inside. Controlling the life the same way. A lot of things in my life fell apart. But again, I'm about to say that allowed many beautiful things to come to my life. And so the control aspect is going to be one of the things that's going to go away, because you can't control. You can try. I would challenge you. Try to control yourself of not thinking about your twin flame. You say, okay, I'm done. I'm no longer thinking about my twin flame. I don't want to see any of these signs. I don't want to be on this journey, whatever it is. I want to get out of here. I want to have a normal life where I don't see these signs, where I don't feel all of these things. Try. I would recommend you to try. See what happens. Although I give a little warning that universe will go a little crazy on that time. So just let go of the control aspect. Then the next thing is that what you're going to really, really learn on this journey, and that's bring us together for the whole journey itself, is this unconditional love. First of all, when you meet your twin flame, you're going to love someone who is a complete stranger. And you're going to love them so deeply that you've never ever loved anyone as deeply as you're loving your twin flame, a total stranger. I know that many of you have even met your twin flame just online, or actually never even had a conversation. And they have this deep, deep, deep love towards a person they don't even know. And this love is not like a crush, like this is very different. And of course, those who are twin flames, they know what I'm talking about. Those who are not twin flames, they would say, oh yeah, what a great story. Yeah, another woohoo thing, which, I agree, it is crazy. But you feel this connection, that sometimes you go to bed, you can hear the voice in your head, or you wake up in the morning, it's the first thing they're trying to tell you. When you're facing some situation in life, again, you hear the voice of telling you. There's going to be the days where you feel good. There's going to be the days where you feel bad, but you can hear them. You've been like guided into another world. That's why, again, I'm going to tell you that your twin flame is your mirror. They're telling you what you have to do in order to be together in 3D, or in order to live your life in a highest purpose. And then I had another day, a woman. We had, I think, 2 or 3 calls together. I'm not sure. And I told her, like, dear, you have to pursue your acting and your singing career. You have to do that. This is the key to your twin flame to come back to your life and to have the conversation, connection, and so on and so on. So she started doing what she's supposed to do. And guess who is back? The twin flame, of course. I haven't got all the details yet, but as soon as I get, I might be sharing a little bit more. Our twin flames are coming back to our life. If it's your true twin flame, I'm not talking of any kind of little crush here and there. And if you're wondering, how do you know someone is your twin flame, watch some of my other episodes or listen to some of them. I try to make, again, very in detail what happens energetically inside of you when you have met your twin flame. And also many people can tell you, like, oh, it's not your twin flame. What are you talking about? This doesn't sound right. You don't do this. Because unfortunately, we have tried to put the twin flames in some kind of a box that this is exactly a twin flame. I've listened to, I think, about, I don't know how many stories. I really don't know right now. But let's say over 500 stories. And each journey is very different in certain ways. There's a pattern, but the journey itself is different. So for me to say that this is how it's exactly going to be, and this is exact thing, I disagree, because it depends on how we have lived in our lives, in our egos, what kind of ego decisions we've been made, circumstances of life, what was the purpose we came here as a soul, and what we tried to learn. So it's not exactly in a sense of saying that that's how it is. And I'm going to make one episode, I think it's the next one. So make sure to like and subscribe. The next episode about what to do when you actually think you have met your twin flame. And then turns out it's not your twin flame. And then you meet your twin flame, the real one. I had this very interesting call with a one woman. She explained me exactly. And for me, when I'm having the calls with you, why I prefer to have a call, but you can always share your story with me as well. But just in a sense why I have set up the call option, because I can hear the frequency of when you're speaking, and frequency tells me the energy, and I can immediately connect of realizing, okay, what is this? And her story was how she was a very long time in a relationship. I must have been, let's say 7 years, must have been maybe less, but let's say 7 right now, in a relationship. And she really thought she's in a twin flame relationship because everything was showing to her that she's on a twin flame journey, and so on and so on. And then she broke up and completely removed, left, and so on. But when she was telling me this, and I was just listening and listening, I was like, when you're telling me this, it really sounds very strongly like a twin flames energy. Like there was a lot of energy around that. And I'm going to talk about this on my next episode, because today we have a bit of a different topic. So for those who want to hear the whole story, it's going to be on the next episode. But that made me to realize sometimes we are going to be prepared by someone else who really feels like twin flame, because your twin flame journey can be more intense than, let's say, mine or yours or someone else. But I'm going to talk about it because it took me a time. I did tons of meditation. I did going within and trying to find the answers from the universe. Like, what is this thing? Because it was very interesting. Again, why I like to have the calls is because I hear the frequency, and frequency is everything. When I hear the frequency, I know the energy. I understand what is happening. So those of you who are wishing to book a call at the end of this year, you can still do that. I keep actually most of the days open, although I don't know how many sessions are still available, but I'm just keeping because I know that holidays can be some of the hardest times. And I just want to make sure that my support is here if I can help you, because in the holidays we might feel that we are alone, that this journey sucks, and it does suck sometimes, and we would need to talk to someone. So it's open for those who wish to share, as it will give you an enormous amount of relief. So coming back to what else you will learn from this journey is that you're going to learn how to live in a present moment. That's why read the book of Power of Now, if you can, and learn that everything happens now. So that's again brings us back what I was speaking about in the beginning, that it's not about I want this and it's not happening right now. I need this to happen. Do you hear me when I talk this? Just try to pay attention. I don't know if you're listening with headsets or not, but try to listen. When I say, I want my twin flame to do this, and I want my twin flame to say me this, and I want my twin flame to be this. And now listen, the difference. My twin flame is the one that brings me the best out of it, and I already have my twin flame in my life. We are together. Everything is happening right now here. I am in this process. I'm together with my twin flame. Did you hear the difference of the energy? Well, I hope you did, because that exactly shows that when we live in this understanding or mindset that I want this right now, here and there, you're missing out the now. You're missing what is happening right now with you in this moment. And you need to embrace it. This moment never comes back. And you know what actually, and this is another very big thing that my twin flame thought to me, is being here right now. and really experience. When I'm having a call with you, I am with you. When I'm doing something, let's say I'm doing a podcast, I am just here. I'm in this moment. I am enjoying it because it's never going to come back. When I'm, let's say, talking to my friends, when I'm connecting with my twin flame, whatever I'm going to do, I am there. I'm not thinking how I want this now to be. I already have it. So the future, let's say what I'm manifesting or dreaming, is here right now already with me. It's not 10 years away from me. It's right now here. I'm acting like it's here. And it's not faking, it's feeling that it's here with me. And just try this. Really, for those who wish to manifest their twin flame back to their life, feel that your twin flame is here today with you. I'll try to put one meditation that will help you to connect, that you really feel that your twin flame is right now, right next to you. Sounds absolutely crazy. I'm totally about the crazy. But why I'm saying this, that when you strengthen the connection within yourself with this inner soul, what you have, wow, what a magic will start to happen in everything in your life. And I am a living proof of that. So I wish you would just listen what I have to say and leave aside what you want. I've noticed it's harder for men. I've totally noticed. And I'm definitely going to educate myself and go more within of helping men to let go of this I want, I need, and this is how it's supposed to be. As I know we are differently built, we're very differently built, both physically, biologically, like mentally, but soul-wise, not so much. But it's just hard to let go of it sometimes. Anyways, coming to the next thing is that twin flame journey or twin flame relationship is not like any other relationship, and that's you're gonna learn as well. Twin flames, in that sense, is not like romantic walk in the park and everything's gonna be so beautiful and bubbly and all of that. It's gonna be that as well, but it's also going to be very intense. So twin flames somehow they need a space from each other. So having this, that you're going to be in a distance from yourself, from each other, it's great. So now I already said the word, but we all want sometimes a peace from yourself, from your own self. You feel like, oh my God, I need a rest from myself. I need to calm down. Where the meditation comes in on that moment. But it's the same. You're meeting your soul in another body. You hear each other. You feel each other. Everything is always happening, and especially the spiritual growth with it. So it's like a washing machine that always going, and you're learning, and you're observing, and you're seeing the world differently that you ever sensed before. You're feeling the magic you never felt before. But you need then the distance to calm down, to feel like, okay, I need a little break here because it's so intense. It's so intense. It's not like anything else I've ever experienced in my life before. So twin flame journey is not like any other relationship. It is so much more intense. And if you wish to make this work, you need to realize we need a break from each other. Not like that you don't talk to each other, but you need to be at distance from each other time to time in order to come back together, to go on from there with an energy, because you are the same energy, same soul essence, same thing. So it's not another stranger, it's you. So there were, I obviously didn't keep in count how many we got together, but I feel we got more than 11 things that will happen or you will learn on this journey. I'm going to end today's podcast, but before I'm going to end, I'm going to tell you something that is really important for me. Your support. Your support has been extremely important for me, and I have never been more grateful than I am today. Your every single like, your every single comment, your every single connection with me is beyond beautiful. So I'm just going to read the same thing what you can actually listen on Patreon, but I'm going to tell you something, because some of you couldn't come on the call, and because this time we were almost, like, I think we hit the 40 at one point. So again, I just would like to tell to each one of you the same thing, which is so important. I really want to say that each one of your like, your comment, your interaction, sending me an email, telling me a story. I might be slow to answer time to time, but it's not that I don't care. It's just the fact that, unfortunately, there's a 24 hours per day and I run out of time. And I try my best to get back as soon as I can. And sometimes I don't. So if I don't, feel free to send me again an email. It doesn't bother me. It's just, like I said, I have 24 hours. I wish I would have more, but I need to, in order for me to give you the best service, that the magic will start happening in your life, I need to make sure that I am balanced, well rested, that my energy is in balance, because everything is energy. If I'm coming to your call with an energy that is not in balance, I'm not serving you well, and that is something very important for me. Anyways, I'm going to read, and I'm just going to say that you mean a lot to me. And on my Patreon, you can see the crying version of me. Very emotional. And that's the reason why there was no podcast last week, as I was really processing. I was doing also lots of prayers for all of you, because we are now 3,000 of us on YouTube and 1,000 on Spotify. It's a huge thing for me. I know for some people it might be like, oh, for me it's like 1,000 people like listen what I had to say. I am so blessed. So I want to say that you who are listening, you mean so much to me. I don't take this even like, it means a lot. And I'm hoping I'm not going to cry now. So I will start. Today I would like to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who listens to me, who has supported me, and who have joined our group calls, my podcasts, and conversations. When we first started the group calls, there were just 3 of us. And today and this last week, in our last call, we were 40 of us at the same time. So I want to say a huge thank you, because I never even imagined. That means so much to me. Seeing the growth of our community and you being here and listening fills my heart with happiness and gratitude. Thank you for showing up, sharing your stories, and showing me the love. Reflecting on who I am today and what I have learned from this journey, I need to say that while I don't know many of you personally, I never met you in physical world, this journey has given me a chance, an opportunity to meet some of the sweetest and kindest souls here on earth. And that is, again, the biggest gift I can say that Twin Flame journey has given me. What unites us is this crazy energy we all experienced. This energy, and that I still don't have a word for it today. But this energy has undeniably changed all of our lives. And it has brought us closer to our true, authentic self. Engaging with many of you has left a deep mark of my heart. And especially for the fact that many of you have followed my advice. Many of you have followed what I have told them to do, both energetically and overall. And magic has started to happen. Both ways, either the twin flame is back in their life, their career is blossoming, they're feeling like, wow, things are happening which I never thought before. And when I hear this on the last call of our Patreon, a woman came in and said, I never believed when we did the channeling that this pain, what I have, disappeared, and it disappeared after our call. You know what it makes me feel inside? That I'm serving the world in my highest good. I was refusing to do any of this twin flame thing because I was like, no, this is not what I'm supposed to do. I know who I am. and my spirit guides and the universe were like, really? How about you do what you're supposed to? And today, when I've seen how many people have able to guide them back who they're supposed to be, it has given me, and that's why obviously I cry, because that is such a gratitude. I feel such a gratitude towards everything, because I have a chance to be here and to guide the person to become their higher self, that they will do what they're supposed to do. That's a blessing. That's a true blessing. You've showed me that the love is real, regardless of the age, circumstances. And also that gives us the power not to fear the love, the pain that comes with the love or heartache, but to start to embrace the life and live the life. I feel more connected to the universe than I ever felt before. 3 days ago, when I was out and walking and discussing things with the universe, as many of you know, I like to go out and talk to the universe out loud on the street. I'm the crazy one on the streets. I asked the universe if universe will have my back if I fall or if I don't know what to do next. And right after this, I saw 2 shooting stars, one after another, right from the same spot. That gave me the clarification that I'm connected with my with myself, with my higher self, with the universe. In this pain, which at the time seemed like there was no hope, has turned out to be the most significant gift, leading me all to you and allowing me to rediscover the joy of living, growing, seeing, and being in this moment. It has taught me that I don't always have to be strong, and that embracing my vulnerability is a fine too. And that's why I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my spirit guides, to the universe, and my twin flame. They guided me through this transformative journey, and without experiencing these challenges, I would have never had an opportunity to connect with each and every one of you. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being so beautiful. And all I wish for you in 2024 is, remember, all you have is now, and take the most of it. Love, cry, express yourself, dance, try something new, embrace, and make sure that you will spread love to yourself and others as often as you can. Because life is like seasons. There are times that are beautiful and blossoming. And then there are times that we feel a sense of loss and loneliness. But all of it has its own beauty. So try to embrace it. And remember, no matter how hard things can get, never stop spreading love. So thank you. I want to say a huge thank you to each one of you who listened to my podcast, who've given me the support. Again, it might seem a little, very little for you to leave a like or comment, but for me, it means a lot. So it might not look like in my actions sometimes, but it means so much, honestly. Last week I cried a lot for this, because it wasn't because I was sad. It was because I was so grateful that it has led me to you, to people who have such a big hearts. And all I'm in my head is like, how can I help them more? How can I bring them to the next level? How? So next year is definitely going to be a lot of things happening. So I'm just quickly going through before we're going to end today's podcast. We're going to meet on Patreon again on the 7th of January, our group call. You can support this channel on Patreon. It's $5.99 a month. It gives me enormous relief of putting out more content, spending more time, as it will take off the pressure for me to earn money and so on. So your support means that I can put more time into content creation, making more time for you. For those who wish to book their call, both channeling and the consultation calls, they'll be open during the holidays, maybe a little limited time. If the time doesn't match with your time zone, you don't see it on the website, you can always email, and if I have a free moment, I will find the time for you, I promise. So do not sit there alone and think that I have to go through this alone. I tell you, you're going to have enormous relief by sharing your story with someone. Also, you can take this holiday time and write me your story, and I will read that on my podcast, twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. Same is the website, twinflameawakeningjourney.com. Over the holidays, I try to share more information just to keep you grounded. So keep an eye on both on Patreon and on my YouTube channel or on Spotify as well. I just wanted to say a huge thank you again. And of course, in 2024, I'm not ending this because we're going to have more videos. I'm going to tell you more. Yes, so I'll see you on the next episode. And thank you for your support, love, and guidance. You are a magic. Lots of love and light.
But it's overwhelming how people can have